Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to the closest we've ever been to Fortnite and real Battle Royale in Age of Empires 2 history. I uploaded 3 Battle Royale maps, or Battle Royale games to YouTube last week, and Hank, he decided to make an aircraft for the kings and the starting villagers to get on, and you have to then transport, find an opening, to then place your TC, and then we have good old-fashioned Forest Nothing. So if you look in this aircraft, we have Ken Frot's King, which has an axe, by the way, which you do start with in Fortnite, and a villager, and T90 Babe, and they've got to find a location to place that TC. Isn't this brilliant? I was laughing my ass off earlier when I saw this just about 5 hours ago. I saw this as a preview. Oh, it's not played on Explored. So okay, there's a twist. There's a twist. Oh no. The twist is if you don't find a place to settle down before 5 minutes, your spaceship, it combusts. It spontaneously combusts. So I didn't do Explored, and so they should know that they can drop off there, but if they don't find it, they're screwed. Oh god. I feel bad. I forgot to say Explored of all things. No! No, Eldry! Not there, man! Oh god, what a fail! Oh god. Eldry's like, oh, here's a gap. right next to this relic. This is a perfect spot. Let's just set up shop here. Oh my goodness. So there's still a few people looking for a spot here. Crazed Wolf. No! Not another one! What are you doing? Now the king is still in the ship. He could die. The king is still in the ship. He didn't ungarrison. It's a little bit clunky to ungarrison. Now, can he re-garrison? Quick. Yeah. Get the villager back in there. Get the ship back over here. Pick up your wife. And... oh, yeah. He's going to save it. He's going to save it.
Yes.
Teal could have done the same, unless he deleted his ship. Let's see. Can he get back in here? Quick. Go. Yes, I think he'll be able to survive. Oh, man. That was... I'm sweating bullets over here. That was close. I feel bad because Eldry's dead, but that's hilarious. Alright, get your king out. Get your king out. You got 15 seconds. Get your king out of the flying shark cat. No! I don't know what happens. Maybe the king falls down? Alright, this is fine. I said earlier, this stream's going to give me a heart attack at some point. So this is Battle Royale Forest Nothing. You guys asked for it. This is a special version. Let's check up on everybody here. We know Eldry's pretty much dead. The only way he could survive is if he could somehow drop the wood and just retask and create space for lumber camp. Gray, oh no. Gray, unfortunately is trapped here as well. So, like Battle Royale games, there is a wave that comes in. Now that storm that will come in at the 40-minute mark, these creatures out here, the Komodo dragons and all that, they show how much time is left. So at the 40-minute mark, the first wave will extend to this line of trees. And then every 10 minutes from there on out, it extends another line of trees. So we needed a way to make it more clear where exactly the wave will be, and this map does that. So again, first wave will be here, second, third, fourth, and so on. So you have to cut towards the middle of the Forest Nothing map, which is kind of funny. And some players aren't doing that. Yeah, Eldry, I didn't think about the fact... I feel bad. I didn't think about the fact that you guys wouldn't see those gaps. That's just unfortunate. We'll be doing another one after this, most likely, Eldry, and I can give you a spot now that you know. Let me introduce the players quickly that are still left. In the green, we have Ken Frot playing as the Huns. In the red, we have Khmer for Skeleton Arch. In the blue, we have Eberk, who's playing as the Huns. Actually, let's do this right. In the gray, we have Slavs for Oedipus. I don't think we'll see that fast farming, but hey, you never know. We've Crazed Wolf playing as the Huns in the purple. We have Byzantines for Mr. Wiggles, and in the orange, we have Britons for Grim. And now this is essentially a force nothing game. And again, I do feel bad that teal and gray they've experienced this, but I'll be honest, it was really fun for us, so I'm a bit torn. Sure, for you it kind of sucked, but 1,000 of us thought it was fun. I don't know. I'll let you play again, man. I'll give you a spot again. So what possibilities will we see for this? I do like how they ended up encountering the pockets of space that are farther away from the edge of the map. I also should have told them to do fast speed, so this is going to take for frickin' ever. So many settings I have to remember, and I still screwed it up. So yeah, there's lots of relics. I did know that. So with the relics, there will be some gold. I think players will have to bring their relics closer to the center as the wave comes in. You could just stay in the center, just this random dude on Twitch, but then you could lose your king if players find your king. So you need to be mysterious about it. How often do the waves come? The first wave comes in at 40 minutes, I believe. Let me tab out real quick. Hank did send all this in a message. The storm starts at 30 minutes. Every 10 minutes, it will progress a bit further. The rings of different types of forest are indicators of how far the storm will reach. He said in parentheses, sometimes it can be 1 or 2 tiles off, and at the corners it can be a bit off as well. Yeah, that makes sense, because it's kind of hard to judge with the corners exactly how sharp that turn will be. Can't make it fast speed now. You guys wanted Force Nothing Battle Royale, you got it. If you're watching on YouTube, of course, you could probably speed it up a little bit. Here on Twitch, you're stuck. You're stuck. This is good, though, because this is the Force Nothing podcast time. We've talked about this. Now we could talk about God knows what else for about a half hour, and then the game will actually begin. Can we just respect the fact that Gray built a palisade, though? What a boss. What a boss. He at least did something. He made his mark on the world. Now, how cool, Twitch chat, how cool was that aircraft? I can guarantee you that nobody expected that. I told you Force Nothing Battle Royale. I don't think you expected that. 11 out of 10. All right, that works, man. I'll take it. Yeah, orange is very close to the edge. Very good point in the chat. Now, that aircraft, what was that thing? Was that a shark with a cat on top? I'd like to see that again. It's amazing what you can do with this game. I think that the Forgotten Empires team added a bunch of weird units like that initially. Obviously, you don't see it in standard play, but it makes it fun for map creators. There's also a Star Wars mod. I think they just took the units from Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, which actually took most of their game concepts from Age of Empires 2, so same difference. And so we could have seen some Star Wars aircrafts as well. That's possible. That aircraft for Pilgrim's Nothing would be cool. Yeah, I think we can incorporate more. I said it the first time I say it with a lot of the maps, but the first few times we did the Battle Royale, a lot of people were like, oh, it should be this way, it should be this way. Well, yeah, you have to figure it out, right? You have to test it out. There's always got to be a first time. Force nothing. When I first started streaming, it was not this good.
What is this madness?
And it will only get better from here. You got to work on it. It takes time. Angry Moo Cal, thank you for lurking, man. Thank you for 7. Ben Gute, thank you for the Prime. Thank you again, Murgle the Morlock, who said, hey, Ninja, I'd just like to say I'm your biggest fan. Wait, who the hell is this? I had to read that off for YouTube. Not quite at Ninja's level yet. Imagine if we could create them in a King of the Hill game from the Monument. That would be kind of fun. Imagine how much fun Snippy would have with an aircraft like that if you could put petards in it. Oedipus. I don't think the middle can be built on. Yeah, you see how the terrain is set up like this? You couldn't have actually built a TC here. But honestly, you could have built a lumber camp. You could have built a lumber camp and then chopped your way out. It would have taken time. But yeah, see, this wall shows where you cannot build. Where you can and cannot build. So you could maybe build a lumber camp here. But that's it. Yeah, thank you, Jake. Thank you. So we have 6 players, unfortunately. Again, Oedipus and Eldra, I'll give you another spot. For those watching on YouTube, we do community games every Thursdays. Everybody's always looking to get a spot, so I do feel bad. But there were so many things. I had to explain the aircraft. I had to explain to them how to ungarrison from the aircraft. The fact that it deletes at a certain time. I had to explain the wave. So honestly, just the simple things, like you need to know that there's flat ground where you can place a TC. All of that I should have remembered and I didn't, so my bad.
Force nothing.
Full credit goes to Hank, by the way, for working on this. I'm the caster. I have the community for it, but I wouldn't have the ability to make these maps myself or the time. So thank you, Hank. Now this is also diplomacy, so we can see people setting each other to ally and enemy at any time. But we still have quite some time until that becomes a factor. Seraphin says, finally managing to catch a stream. Anybody else new to the stream today? You know, for a couple months I was asking that, and I kind of knew that there weren't a lot of people, because that's how content creation works. Sometimes you just don't have those spikes of new viewers. But over the past few weeks, you guys are lying to me. You're not new. Over the past few weeks, we've had a lot of new faces. However, many of the people saying they're new in the Twitch chat are not new. But that's fine. That's fine. Just trolls. We can deal with it. Delgaton says it joined for the first time. What's up, man? Well, regardless of how long you've been here, I love having you guys here. Martian asked me to mention the meetup. Well, I did a little bit the previous game. It was really cool. I got to talk to a dozen people from the YouTube and Twitch community about Age for a few hours down in North Carolina. And I'll do many more. Anytime I go on a big trip, I'll get together with people. And to all the people who live in or near Pennsylvania, I feel bad because that's where I live currently. I've done meetups in Europe. I've done meetups in other states. I have not done a local meetup. You would think that would be much easier. So I hope to do something in November-ish, I think. I'm a busy guy.
Yes.
I just saw your how long would it take to cut all trees down and force nothing, so I had to watch this. Actually, it wasn't my video. It was Spirit of the Law's video. I did comment on that, though, and a lot of people have said that they've come in from Spirit of the Law. It just clicked with me that might be why. So I don't think he referenced me in that video, despite force nothing being one of the things I'm known for. But I did comment, and maybe that's how some people saw me. So what civ would you prefer here? We have Britons, Khmer, Huns, Byzantines, Huns, Huns. So Huns is cool because you don't have to build houses. So you can normally have more villagers and more space for farms. So your start is faster. However, I do think the lack of onager could really be bad. Because the storm is going to hunt them down. And if you can't get to onager, you could be in trouble. I do like how they are cutting towards the center. That makes perfect sense, but it is something you have to think about. You might just zone out and forget about that. Which would not be good. Now, first to hit feudal age, could build a market and sell wood. That is the strat for force nothing, my friends. But again, first wave will come in at 30 minutes. Second wave at 40. Then 50. So pretty much at the 1 hour mark, you need to be past all of this if you're green. Which I think is possible. Now, Grim, we have 30, 40, 50, 60. This is not looking very good for Grim. I think Grim will survive with a few villagers, but he could lose all of his economy. Just stopping in from the toilet at work. Is this map Fortnite nothing? It's close. it's close to it, and that will probably be the title of it. But I gotta be careful. I definitely... I have to be careful because... Let's face it, Age of Empires 2 is a classic game. A lot of the people who have been in the community for years were very dedicated to this game and this game alone. And we don't really have appreciation... As a whole, we don't really have appreciation for these other games. And I don't, right? I don't really like Fortnite or PUBG or any of these new games. I appreciate RTS games like Age. So I do have to be careful because some people on the first 2 episodes, they got so bent out of shape. Like, I don't think Age needs Battle Royale. It's in all the other games. And I genuinely believe that if Battle Royale games didn't exist and we came up with the same concept for Age, they would have thought it was brilliant. But because it was from another game, which they don't actually like, they're a little bit frustrated by it. I think that's natural. So I don't, what I'm saying is I don't want to be too heavy with it. I don't want to scare some people. I think there's nothing wrong with trying it out. It's not like we'll be doing this every stream, right? DWAT says I'm still salty about it. Okay, well, fair enough. Like, everyone can have their own opinion. I just have to be careful.
69 tons, 69 tons, 69 tons, 69 tons, 69 tons, 69 tons. Keep up the good work, more expert games.
I'm Finnan, thank you for the 5, dude. So here's the deal with the expert games. There's also a comment I got on YouTube. A lot of people said you haven't been uploading a lot of expert games. Well, honestly, experts haven't been playing lots of 1v1s. They've been playing some team games, but they haven't been playing team games where they're very close. So, when it comes to expert games, I've pretty much followed the players. And if experts are playing, at least over the past week or 2, they've just been playing some trolly 1v1s or some mismatched team games. So, for that reason, some of the content for expert games hasn't really been there. But I wouldn't expect that to go on for too much longer, because on Saturday, all day, I will be streaming expert games and Escape Champions League. I will be streaming that on my stream here, so open up the calendar for that. And also, as I've teased many times now, I have a cool tournament upcoming. So yeah, the content goes in waves. It really depends on what was good that week. Big Max, thank you for 5 months, dude. So 30 minutes will go here. That's the first wave. Feglord, for the $2 dono, said, once I met a wise old monk in the Himalayas and he told me 2 things. At first he said, chicken is vegan, bro. I'm sure. And the second was, next game for us nothing. Next game for us nothing. See, at first, Feglord, I didn't believe your comment, but I think it would be reasonable for a monk to say next game for us nothing, so that works. That works, man. Lime Finnan, thank you, dude. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Any amount. So as a streamer, I never expect donations. It's extra. It's not necessary. So I always appreciate
Let's
it, man.
do some math. Average number of entries into a community game equals 50. Average spots equals 7. So probability of being picked equals 14%. I have entered 8 times and never got picked. Chances of that is 1 minus 14% to the 8th power, or 30%. Feels bad, man.
Turbo, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. It is luck of the draw, truly. I do community games for a long period of time because I know not everybody gets in sometimes, so. Seriously, please don't forget that, because some people are like, wow, I didn't get in for 2 weeks. Oh, that sucks. I stream longer on community games, and community games are so much more work for me, because I have to organize the games, I'm talking to you guys, casting the games, and I really don't take any breaks. So I try my best to get everyone in, man. Thanks. Blue Coffee is here. Is he in the chat? I don't see any just passings. So, I don't know if I believe you. So I believe the wave, I wish there was a way to test it. Green says, holy, chop faster. Yeah, the wave should be here. Oh, what's up, Blue Coffee? He is just passing. Okay, so Grim could really be in trouble here. So these animals are good indicators. The food countdown is an indicator of when the next wave is going to come in. I just like to go by the game time. It's easier for me. Grim will probably lose his TC, but he could save his villagers if he pays attention. Oh man, this is pretty nuts. Hank told me that they tested this yesterday and the wave was too aggressive, so they had to make a new version, and this is the new version, so it is possible to survive this.
Next game Larry X Viper 1v1 Arabia nothing next game Larry X Viper 1v1 Arabia nothing next game Larry
Nothing
X
but
Viper
that?
1v1 Arabia
I could
nothing
sign
next
up for
game
that,
Larry
man.
X Viper 1v1
I could sign up
Arabia
for that.
nothing next game Larry X Viper 1v1 Arabia nothing next game Larry X Viper 1v1 T90 tree.
Thank you very much, DWAD, for everything, man. Choose Hughes, thank you for the new sub. Yeah, I would love some Viper and Leary 1v1s. That's the best of a 101 I could get behind right there. So Crazed Wolf is about to hit Feudal Age. Should point out that Grim hit Feudal Age a while ago, and he's been using the market, so he does have some gold in the bank. As I pointed out earlier, it's important to do that. Get to Feudal and use that market. Now, if the other players who are behind him try to do that, they will not get as good a trade. I think Huns could be a strong pick here. In late game, they'll struggle, but just because you can get more vills out, you should be able to chop faster. So gold might not matter as much. You see, Grim hasn't progressed as far as some of the guys who are Huns have. Kate Man said, could you maybe make community games more friendly for the EST times? So I did respond to your resub earlier. It's possible you didn't hear. So I do switch up the times, but normally the starting time in EST, because I live in EST, is around 12, 1, or 2 p.m. But I do stream to about 8 or 9 p.m. So as far as friendliness goes for EST, it is there. If you get home from work or school around 4 or 5, you still have about half the stream remaining. And it's honestly perfect for me, Kate Man, because a lot of the people in Europe start going to bed around that time, and that's when the EST guys will come in. So again, I do try my best. I stream longer on community games. I'm completely wiped after community games. It's crazy. I do that because, you know, I know people want to get in. So I try my best, man. T90 official versus mods. Well, I don't want to play my mods in a game. I don't want to noob bash on stream. I gotta be careful about that. If a streamer noob bashes, unless it's Viper, the people aren't happy about it. So I have a joke for you guys. You ready for this? This might trigger some people. It's just a joke, okay? You want this? So I can't take full credit for it. I saw a screenshot. Dave made this joke about 3 years ago, and this is before Force Nothing was a thing. All right, we'll wait. We'll wait for this message. I got a good joke. T90 is a 2K player. That's not a joke.
T90.
That's offensive.
Side Rumble return an AoE2 the news /04. Also next game Forest Nothing.
Jacob, no AoE2 DE news, no AoE4 news, man. If I know, I will tell you guys. Thank you for the tip. Okay. So, it's a pretty simple joke. If Viper loses a match in the woods and no one is there to see it, how many fanboys will say that he was trolling? There's no punchline. That's literally the joke. I think it's hilarious. It's like if a tree falls in the wood. If a tree falls in the woods, was anyone there? Or did it make a sound? Jeez, I obviously can't tell jokes today. Same thing. Dark Twain, thank you for the 100 bits, man. Jacob, I don't know if you're trolling me, but you ask the same questions and I give you like the same answer a month later. Multiple times, man. Are you a German because your humor sucks? Nah, I'm not a German. 9. I think it's kind of funny though, German humor. So when I was in Germany, to me as an American, I'm not saying all Germans are like this. I have plenty of German friends, but all Germans just seemed angry. Like their language just seemed a little bit angry for me. It was weird. Like I'd be walking to Gamescom, be like, "Wow, this chick is really hot," and then hear her talk. I don't know what she was talking about, but it just sounded angry to me. And when Germans are sarcastic, it's really hard for me as an American to pick up on it. So I was out to eat with Viper, Nilly, Zero Empires. This was last year around this time, actually. And I forget what I ordered. It was meat and potatoes. I don't know what it was called in German. And so I get the meal, and it's huge. It's a ton of food. Even for an American, it was a ton of food. And I said something like, "Wow, this is a lot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat all of this." And Nilly goes, "Oh, that's just the appetizer." And he looks at me with this serious face. And I couldn't tell if he was kidding or not. I had no clue. And I believed him for a solid like 3 or 4 minutes. I believed him. And so I'm like, wow, this is the appetizer? I didn't know I ordered off the appetizer part of the menu. So I'm eating this. And he didn't say a word to me about it until about 5 minutes. Then he goes, "No, it's not the appetizer. I'm just kidding." I couldn't pick up on the sarcasm at all. So guys, I completely forgot about the waves. The waves have progressed, and Grim is about to lose a villager. And his TC, which is his MTC, don't worry, it'll be fine. It is slowly losing HP. So the wave gets stronger. It also progresses in. So luckily for Grim, he is on his way to Imp. If he can get the golden food to research onager, I think he'll be able to cut himself to freedom. But that farmer has just died, and again, these buildings will slowly die. And I also think that the wave pulses. I don't create the maps, so I don't know how to explain this all that much, but if you look at the HP, you notice how it's not a slow trickle. It's not going 2371 to 2370 to 2369. It is, there you go, just lost 2 HP, and it'll lose another 2 HP in a few minutes. So it goes in a pulse. So this is actually really important to think about, because when the wave is stronger, you can actually move through the pulses. The best example I can think was the last Battle Royale game we did, the one with Trireme and the Teutonic Knights. He was in a castle at that time, which was in the storm, but he moved right after a pulse went off from the storm, and though the pulses were faster and there was less space in between them, he was able to survive for that reason. Honey said Hank changed that. Oh, did he change it? I'm just starting to understand it. It's way faster. Okay. Alright, well apparently that's faster, but that was my theory, and my theory's been ruined, so at least give me props for trying my best. So he's the first to hit the Imperial Age, Grim. He just needs... He doesn't have res. He needs to get gold. And if you look at the Vil count, he's so far behind, he's not going to have the wood to sell. So there's the downside of going up so early. Oh, he's attacking yellow, though. Okay. Germany is the country of poets and philosophers. Or are you trying to say philosophical humor? Kind of more complex than American. Well, yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a funny story. As some people in the Twitch chat said, that's just Nilly. Just Nilly. Nilly's kind of a special German. I don't really even like American humor. I feel like Americans are offended too much, and I won't get into it, but... Yeah, I'm not saying any humor is superior, okay? Don't think that. Goldstone says, "Hey T9, I'm a huge fan from your YouTube videos, and finally today I managed to catch the stream for the first time. I much enjoy you. Thank you for changing my life the positive way." Goldstones, thank you for being here, dude. Goldstones has been here quite a few times. Earlier, Goldstone said that I was his favorite American. He did not say person, he said American. I didn't think that was good enough, so I decided to wait for him to say something again. I'll accept that. I'll accept that, Goldstones. If Age of Empires players were all American, they would probably start boycotting Fortnite because of this Battle Royale AoE2. That would be the smart decision. That would be a typical American decision, would it not? And they'd no longer wear Nike gear when they play. I probably shouldn't have brought that up. Anyway, Onager is on the way for Grim. And, oh god, it's so expensive for him to lose that. That's really bad, actually. Yellow says, okay, have a taste of your own medicine. How does that taste? Grim, he doesn't have the gold for Loom. He is researching Onager, but he also doesn't have the gold to make one more Onager. So for that reason, he's kind of screwed here, and he needs to quickly cut away from this. Now, the wave has just progressed in as well, so you can see the TC slowly losing HP. I believe the wave, we're on what, the third wave now, so it would be, yeah, here! So it's right up the center of his economy. I'm fairly certain that if this Onager dies, he's screwed. But he could be the safest one, in theory, if he can somehow cut towards the center. Now, other players are going to be sitting in the wave soon. This blacksmith, see this line of trees is where the storm is. I keep calling it the wave storm, whatever. Yeah, so where the snow is actually. I like how it has snow as well. Play a while. What's up, T90 bro? Thank you for the 9-month resub. How? I think at some point the subscription was bugged out on the stream, because I seem to recall gifting you a sub during the 24-hour stream, which was just a few months ago. So maybe it was bugged out. Because I remember giving you a hard time during the 24-hour. It's like, you're not even a sub. You're like, yes, I am. And I didn't think you knew how to sub. I guess I got it wrong. No! Did he lose it? I think he lost it. Oh, he defended himself first. Okay. This is fine. Don't attack yellow. Cut yourself to freedom. Yes. And he could get relics as well. There's lots of relics on this map. Can we get some let's goes in the chat for Grim? Here's his king, who lost a little bit of HP there. Come on. Come on, man. Cut. Oh, Dark Join. This is going to YouTube for sure, so you guys can get your hello YouTubes going. I like how Grim has switched it up. Everyone else went for the safer play, and that is adding more villagers, so they can then sell more wood and get more gold. He's gone for the Onager option. Now, eventually, he's going to need the economy to kill people. But I guess we'll see. There he goes. He is Britain, so he could build another TC for cheap. And his king, unless it gets sniped, should be safe for a while. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys an update. We gained about 200 viewers since we started the game. So I'm going to give you guys an update. I'm sure most of you have seen, if you've been paying attention to the YouTube and stream recently, that there's Battle Royale mode now. So this is Battle Royale. It was Fortnite nothing, right? So in the beginning, players started with one villager and a king. Their king is this dude right here, and he has an axe, kind of like you would in Fortnite, right? You could then garrison those two units into a ship. It was a plane, and then you had to pick a spot to land, just like Fortnite. So that's what they did. And then it is your typical force nothing with the storm closing in, and it goes through each patch of trees every 10 minutes. So currently the storm is here. You can see this villager slowly losing HP. It's not the strongest storm. You could probably use an umbrella and be fine at this point. But it will get stronger, and it will progress further, and it will force people to cut more and more into the middle. So the next wave will go here. Snippy in the Twitch chat is like, what? Things are sniping kings other than me? A storm is sniping kings? This isn't right. Really cool idea. Really cool idea. Still can't help but feel that Grim's faster Imperial Age hurt him because he doesn't have a lot of economy, but he has proven me wrong before. He's always quick to point out that I diss on Britons too much in these games. this might be the game mode for Britons when it comes to nothing maps and free-for-alls, because you could snipe people, over chop the trees, and then you have the cheap TCs to add more economy. Did you check the history YouTube channel I sent you? No, I did not, man, but thank you for sending that to me. I actually had, I don't know if you whispered that. I mentioned I wanted to read more up on history, and I had 10 people send me different YouTube channels and Netflix recommendations, which is totally cool. I'm in a unique position where I can get input from people all over the world. I just haven't gotten around to it. I was gone for the past 5 days, so. Also, I try and not watch TV and be on my computer when I'm not doing age things. Because I still play the game an awful lot when I'm not making content, so it's probably upwards of 50 hours a week on age. So I try and, you know, take a breath of fresh air every now and then, go outside. This is actually an interesting idea. I've thought about it as well. Red Hair is mentioning that I should get a P.O. box address and put that address below the stream so people can send me stuff. I think I might do that actually, because I've had a few people give me gifts, but they've had to contact me and they'd be like, hey, what's your address? And I give it to them because I trust them, but I think if it was more publicly available, it'd be fun to open up some boxes on stream every now and then. I don't know though. The first one I opened, okay, the first one was I opened was a bunch of T90 glasses, which was really cool. I believe that was from Just a Nut. And then someone anonymously, so I had someone contact me that I knew, say, hey, can an anonymous person send you something for the 24-hour stream? And that something was an entire forest wallpaper that's supposed to fill the whole wall behind me right now. And I opened that during the 24-hour stream. There's a few clips of me opening that. I was not expecting that. I thought it was just one poster, but there were 8 or 9 or 10. I'm pretty sure it was A28 that did that. But anyway, whoever did it, I don't know. They wanted my whole wall filled with trees. Yeah, I think it was A28 as well, but it was somebody that liked Force Nothing and somebody that's a troll, obviously. Okay, so the wave just moved in a little bit further. It is on the snow now. And it seems faster now. Honey, did you test this with Hank? Because it's still only moving. Oh, no, it's moving faster now. Look at this. It just jumped down 11 HP. Yeah, and there's not as many gaps between the spurts from the storm. I'll probably remove the overlay soon, but for now it's good to see how many relics people have. This thing bugs out during diplomacy games. What are the alliances? Do they have Carto? Yeah, they have Carto. Not bad. A28 has not said it wasn't him, so that makes me think it was him. What's up, Foofy Mania? Welcome. So we have a little bit of time. Do you guys want to see the clip of me opening up the tree box during the 24-hour stream? Because I know a lot of you guys might not have seen it. Yellow, he is on the tree now. Is he allied? Oh, he's allied to Grim now. All right, I'm gonna show you the clip. Thank you, Skip, for linking it. Audio is not all that important. So there's 8. There's 8 of those things. I have one here and one here currently. There's 8 of them. That's supposed to be an entire wallpaper. Jeez. Now, during the live stream, it was better because chat was just flipping out. People were like, what? Are you kidding me? Unfortunately, there's no chat replay. I'm sorry. I am not putting that, make my whole wall trees. I'm putting my foot down. A large portion is already covered up. I don't know. I think those are about 4 to 5 feet in height. Maybe 2 to 3 feet in width. We could see our first true king snipe at this game. 2 people resigned because they accidentally dropped their units off here. Which is just disastrous. But yeah, yellow could turn on Grim. Next wave will be going here. So this is pretty aggressive. But we're at the time now where Crazed Wolf could have Onager. Blue. See, the problem with Huns is you can't get Onager. You could maybe build a castle and go for Trebs.
Yes.
So again, Huns give you that faster start, but then when you can't cut the trees, it will be problematic. Chape says, T90 official, I'm still bummed. Watched 22 hours and 30 minutes of the last 24-hour stream, but missed the heart-to-heart speech at the end. Yeah, and the heart-to-heart speech is also muted because I played some music, so he had to be there, I guess. There might be a few clips of it. You guys are way too good to me. All you need to know is it was Feelsy. That's all you need to know. Also, speaking of 24-hour streams, we are... I set a new sub goal, and you can see that below, right next to the subscription explanation. It's gonna be tough to get there, but if we do get to 2,000 subs on Twitch, yes, I'll do another 24-hour stream, and it will be better than the first and the second one. I've been trying to make it better every time. Grim says, "Do you want to start trade somehow?" Who's he talking to? I wasn't on his point of view, so it could be that whoever he was talking to didn't have chat on for Purple. I was on Purple's point of view, so he missed it. But trade, I don't... You guys know how I feel about trade in nothing maps. I'm always pretty outspoken about it. But trade doesn't make sense when the wave... The storm is closing in all the time with new waves. I guess you could do it, but you'd have to really pay attention to your trade cards. Clever Clone, thank you for the Prime sub, man. So I'm going to remove this overlay now. It's kind of in the way. It's too much. So we're going to remove that. Take one last look at the populations. And boom. So yellow and orange have very low populations in comparison to the others. I thought there was a video where you changed the position of the overlay and it fixed rendering. Yeah, a lot of people remember that. It just happened. Yeah, what I did was... I guess we can try it real quick. Actually, no. No, we're not going to try it. I can explain it. But the wave is just... Or the storm has just moved in. So, now it is not safe to be in this area. Wait! Oh, it's a little bit further... Oh, and this is strong! This is fierce! Oh boy, it's here! It's on the sandy area now. I could tell because that villager just stopped working. He's feeling the heat. These palisade walls are going down. Oh, goodness.
Yes.
Purple's king is in the storm. It doesn't one-shot units yet, but the storm is getting stronger. Oh, boy. The overlay thing again. I think it was just a one-off situation. What I had done is I changed the size of the text at that time, and it just fixed, but I've tried it since. It doesn't seem to work. This is just beautiful because I can hear thunder. It's storming outside. This is cool. It would be awesome if this storm just gets crazier outside my apartment as the game gets crazier. We're gonna need an outside, a T90 outside cam for this. Really up the quality of the stream. Do other guys have this problem with the overlay? Well, honestly, I'm one of the only people that view these games consistently. It only does it in diplomacy games, so I just don't see other streamers doing diplomacy games often, so I don't think they've experienced it enough. It's definitely not just me because my old PC did it as well. It's only when people start changing alliances up. So purple, he's the furthest one out now. He's losing some of his stables. Wow, this guy's ballsy. You know, the king was like, get to work. That was my favorite house. That was my summer house. Save it. So this guy is slowly dying, and he's repairing the TC. For whatever reason, I guess so he can create vills. Now, if yellow wants to be a jerk, he could use his onager, and he could deny purple from cutting in closer. This is going to be a slaughter. Now, you need to move your relics. This gets quite complicated now, because if you forget about your monasteries, like this monastery has 3 relics in it, and that's going down. You will not be able to get those relics. I think that will be a common mistake here. And that's what I had mentioned with the trade as well. If you start trading short, it works for a while, but you really have to pay attention to it. That next wave of the storm will come in 5 minutes time at 1 hour and 20 minutes. Now let me tab out and read the instructions. It doesn't say anything about the storm stopping at any point. Oh, it says there are now up to 14 waves possible. The previous version had a maximum of 6 levels. The way Hank makes this...
Been a while since I caught you live. Glad to be here now.
Hank needs to make his own video game, because the way he promotes it and writes his settings is really exciting. The new Battle Royale maps are exclusive for Wololo Kingdoms. The main features are... you know, like, some of the terminology is pretty good. But they're 14 smaller waves, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this snowy area in the center will not get hit by the storm. Pat, thank you very much for 7. Glad to have you back. McGreevy, thank you for gifting Brawny that sub, man. So we got some elephantos. And some trade. And Kenfrot is cutting the old-fashioned way with some good old trebuchets, some good old swingy boys. Now, was that an attack, or is yellow trying to cut this open for purple? Yeah, he's trying to stop purple from getting through. The trouble is, every time he hits a villager, he'll also hit the trees next to the villager, and I believe he's just opened this up. Quick wall! Quick wall! Quick wall! Oh, God. Oh, God. This is fine. This is fine. Yellow's on 45 pop. The storm is hitting him. He's in trouble. He is in trouble, and Grim needs to run with his relics and run with his villagers, because he could be next. And now he quick walls. Mr. Wiggles says, I poked the bear. The bear isn't happy. Yeah, this is rather unbearable. I mean, technically it's a wolf, but unbearable, that's a better pun, so we'll stick with that. I think Mr. Wiggles, he's dead. He can't wiggle his way out of this one. And he types F in the chat. And Grim says, you have been a valuable ally, GG. And he built a castle. Alright, so maybe he will be able to get to those longbows. So, die like a man and die to the storm. What do you think, chat? Would you rather die to an invisible storm, or would you rather die to paladins? I would choose the storm. Just to get one more experience before you go out, you know? But the king is significantly slower, so he wouldn't have really had that opportunity. And Crazed Wolf gets the first kill of the game. Just as the next storm is about to come in. And that will be here. So, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kings, hide your wife. You can run and tell that, homeboy. Old memes. That's definitely not fitting to my personality. It doesn't sound right when I say those things. But I always remember that meme. And yep, look how strong the storm is now. No loom, are you crazy? There's a storm out here, man. Oh, it's okay. He has monks to heal up his villagers. Probably not intentional, but it works. So this is a good way to check. How many relics do they have? 4 currently for Grim, and then you can see the others. I just wanted to see that. That could, of course, go higher, and it should. But some relics are being left behind. That's kind of funny. Some relics are in the storm, and the storm is not killing them. Where is she going? Where do you think you're going, guys? It's not like the clouds were just over you, or over them as well. It's a scout.
I heard Burt Reynolds wanted to be cremated instead of buried. Burnt Reynolds sounds better than buried Reynolds anyway, am I right?
Burnt Reynolds. It does sound better. I can get behind that, man. I can get behind that. That joke was fire. Thank you very much for 7. You know what you could also do as Khmer? We haven't seen it, which is kind of disappointing. You could purchase a castle, which would be pretty expensive now because it's 250 gold to get 100 stone. But you could go for the ballista elephants. I thought of that originally. Ballista elephants can cut trees. That's honestly easier to use onager, but it works. Holy Trebs from Ken. Now I'm going to look at player resources because I think it's pretty obvious they're going to lose out on villagers soon. So he has 150 population, lots of gold, lots of wood, decent number of food. Grim, his pop isn't really there. However, he does have the relics, remember, so maybe that will save him. But not looking too hot. You look at purple. Purple, he's lacking gold, but he could sell that wood. And his pop's not awful, 120 currently. Also getting relics. Eberk, 200 population. Lots of wood to sell. I like it. I like it. What I don't like is that these relics are not collected. He needs to be building more monasteries. So it's very easy for us as spectators to think of these things. So I just want to push this point home because these guys, they're just regular users, just like you, and they're not, I shouldn't say they're not experienced, but they're not pro players, right? So for things that might be obvious for us, they won't be as obvious to them. They're also in the zone. There's over 1,000 people watching. They're probably feeling some pressure. So please keep that in mind with the small things, because how often do you have to relocate relics like that? Now, this is a just passing moment if I ever saw one. Red's King is right here. No! Skeleton Arch, no! Ken's going in for the snipe, and there's no way he won't snipe this now. Yeah, this king's dead. Get him. Get him. F. Red did notice, but he noticed just a little bit too late. Oh my goodness! The pathing on those cav archers! Look at the damage! That's pretty funny, man. Red was dead, and almost all the CA died, but regardless. Ken, he says sorry like a nice guy. And now Blue is going to... Oh, he's neutral with Ken. So maybe he was buddy-buddy. Maybe Blue and Red had a lot of history. They helped each other out in the past. Well, Blue's not happy about it. He should probably change Green to enemy. Don't run into the storm, dude. You could lose all those hussars. Don't run into the storm. Hit the lumberjacks. Hit the freaking lumberjacks. You know where they're going to be chopping, right? Just hit the wood. Yeah, this is going to be a great raid for him. And I don't know where these vills are going, but they're not happy about it, and I wouldn't be either. Ken probably picked on the wrong guy. The wave will progress again in 2 minutes' time.
Greetings from Ireland. We have T90 trees here too. Love the stream. T90 tree.
Oh, it's a massacre. It's an absolute massacre. And what a well-executed raid from Blue. He split up his hussars. He hit different areas. And Green has now lost 100 population in the space of a few minutes. And he's also losing all of his trebuchets. Wow. So, Skeleton Arch, or Skell Arch, I believe your Twitch name is. You might be upset that you've been killed. But Kenfrot is not going to survive very long now. You need to chop, otherwise the storm will get you. So while Blue's hussars and his raid will probably be short-lived, The damage was done. Jeez. Garlic Cheese, thank you very much for the 5, dude. I guess everybody can experience their own little taste of Forest Nothing, right? Everybody's got a forest somewhere. I'd love to be in Ireland at some point in my life. I've flown over Ireland. I've never been in Ireland. It's definitely on my bucket list. So yeah, the storm's about to advance. It's quite obvious where it will go. It's going to be right here. So you just have to look at the terrain. It will be on the sandy terrain, which does not... Oh! That was the wrong time to go that direction. But, yeah, it will not hit this castle just yet. But it will hit this castle. And you can see the buildings are losing HP. And it is much stronger than it was at the start. You should come to Ireland. I'll buy you a pint. You know what, man? I was debating... It's like, I don't know if I want to go, but since you'll get me a pint, Red Hair, I'd love to have a pint with you. See you guys. Alright, flights were too expensive. I'm not going to do it. So will Crazed Wolf turn on Grim? Oh, they're actually against each other already. Okay. Oh, Grim has halberdiers. He's at 150 pop, which is okay. Crazed Wolf calls the GG. Why is he called the GG? His king. Look at that dude. Look at that dude. Oh, he doesn't have economy. That's what it is. He doesn't have economy. This wave has really progressed. Let's look at Blue's base. Oh my god! Everyone's panicking. You need Onager. Grim could outlast everybody. He is the furthest in towards the center. He could outlast everybody. I think he has the Halb numbers to hold from this wave of Paladins. And Purple should not have the resources to make anything more after that. So yes, Huns, you have a faster start, but then you can't chop through as fast without Onager. Ken, he's in an awful position. He doesn't even have a TC at the moment, so... he might need to send his king in here. Now, I say awful. In terms of the storm location, he's in the second best location. Oh, no. No. His king is in this castle. So, if you watch the HP on the castle, you will see the pulses from the storm. Or you see the mini waves within the wave, I guess. Yeah, so that was a pretty big jump. Now, I do believe if he runs now, he's fine because he's not losing any HP. So I don't know how many seconds are between each pulse. But if he ends up running and the pulse happens, he will probably get one-shotted. Grim has survived. And it wouldn't surprise me if he is the highest population. 150. Blue is 200 still. Okay, so Blue's still alive in this. And okay, the king does survive for Kenfrod. 20 seconds? Okay, thank you. So 20 seconds is still a pretty big window. Now, do you guys know if that gets any worse and more difficult for them? I like this trade cart. I'm just gonna try, you know? Just gonna try. Oh, and Blue's going to try and snag relics. So he lost out on these two. But he will get these 4. That's a good move for him. Oh! I was not expecting this. Grim has cut through, and he's going after Crazed Wolf. Crazed Wolf says, Grim, I love you, baby. And there's his king. Just die to the storm. I want you to be our guinea pig, Crazed Wolf.
Yes.
He says, take my relics. Is he being lured into the storm? Nope. He might be close to death, but he's not dumb. But yeah, Grim. He's proven me wrong yet again. Britons, man. He survived these waves. He was at 20 population in Imp. Let's not forget that. 20 population in the Imperial Age. Wow. Where'd that king go? Oh, there he is. Eberk says he's converting Red's elephants. That's funny. Red probably doesn't think so. So the next wave will be on the snowy terrain. So that will hit this area here. I'm just gonna look around the map. It's gonna hit a lot. There's a lot on that snowy terrain. Okay, the king is fighting. The king will die. Grim is in the lead. At least in my opinion, he is in the lead. Green is still hanging in there. He needs... Well, he has wood, he has food, so he could maybe make more cav archers. And where's the freaking king gonna be? Closer to the center. So he has trebuchets to kill any buildings, and he has cav archers to kill any kings. Is this possible? It is definitely possible for green. If I were blue, I would just send in hussars again. Because pretty soon he won't be able to make it around here. Oh! Oh, good lord! Oh, he's deleting it. I got so confused. Could you guys tell? I was like, wait, the wave didn't progress that far. Blue's deleting the units. I got so confused. I was like, wait, hold on a second. Why did not everything die? Why is nothing dying in green's face? Whew, alright. Blonde's moment. We figured it out. We figured it out. Now, how many relics does Grim have right now? He has 5, which I believe is more than anyone in this game. Blue has... Oh, no, I lied. Blue has 6. So it'll be tied up in a second, and Grim could potentially get to 9. Grim is or isn't allied with Green. He is not allied with Green. I don't know if there's any alliances between the three. I think they're all enemy to each other. Ouch. That hurt. Now, what if there was an upgrade you could get for halberdiers, where the halb just uses that point and pokes the ball as it comes in, just explodes into 2. Or you hit it like a baseball. Hit it right back, Barry Bonds style. So, let's see. Hussars. They're fine. They're fine. Oh boy. You better micro green. I noticed green doesn't have bloodlines. I think he's lacking a few other upgrades. Oh, Grim has such a large force of halbs and onagers, but he's lost 2 of his onagers. Nice micro. I really like the micro there. Green also needs to think about relocating his relics, because this is going to be tough for him without gold. Oh goodness. The cav archers can kill the halbs, but he has no answer to the onagers. That's the biggest issue. And I think green could be next, because his king is in this town center. Oh, he's running closer. He's trying to micro them down with the CA, but he's running into the halberdiers. Oh my, I can't look. Just 1 second.
In Italian
1 second.
culture, the number 17 is considered unlucky. When viewed as
Alright,
the Roman
I can deal with
numeral
this.
17, it is then changed
I couldn't look.
grammatically to vixi, which in the Latin languages translates to I lived, the perfect implying my life is over.
I couldn't look. This king's gonna die. Ken Fraud says, my boar was lamed. Unfair. Yeah, just like the good old AI. The king is gonna go down, and this will be a 1v1 with another storm, another wave on the way. There's the king. He played really well. It was that raid that really did him in. And boom. Yeah, I think that his micro failed him there a few times, and perhaps he didn't expect that blue would push in like he did, because he definitely was not expecting. Joe Manal, thank you very much for the 17 months, dude. I don't know what to think about that right now. I'm too hyped. How will this finish? And let's review. The wave is, the storm is currently here. So next is the sand terrain. That sand terrain will hit... Wait, hold on. This is confusing. Well, it should already be hitting... This should already be hitting Grim, right? Maybe it's not the sand terrain. Maybe it'll be on this area next. Yeah, it's on the snow right now. It'll be in the regular lands after this. Though I'm not too sure because here this monastery is taking damage. You know what? Maybe it was partially on that one piece of land. Hank did say it can be off by a tower too, so that makes sense. So composition is Hussar and Halp. Very few longbows. Eberk doesn't have any cav archers, though he does have resources to maybe tech switch. If Grim just camps the center with his longbows, Blue can't cut through. I know! I know, because of Huns. So he has to chop fast. Eberk says, oh, only you and me left. Grim says, I guess so. And he's going to cut to the middle. Oh, this could be amazing. And Eberk would need to buy a castle and go Trebs, and that would not be easy. Oh, he's going to do it! Here come the longbows. 9 range, they're not fully upgraded. Could even be more than that.
Yes.
Now, he doesn't see the villagers yet, but he will deny Blue getting close. And Blue can see that there's some halves in the center. And now he has to think of a plan. Grim's King. Good question. It's right here. So he can survive another 20 minutes before he has to move. He's fine. Blue's King is here, and he can also survive. Grim was in the Imperial Age with 20 population. And he's here now. And he's cutting his longbows a little hole so they can snipe the lumberjacks. Oh, don't open it up. No, that would be a huge fail. Don't open it up for him. Don't let it... Ah, jeez. See, now Blue has a pretty big chance. So what Grim is trying to do is just kill him, which is an aggressive move, and I like it for that reason. But I do think the smarter play would be to just starve him out. He doesn't want to wait. And brilliant thing is he has full halb, and his opponent doesn't really have any archer units yet, or the upgrades. So full halb will destroy the Hussar. The King's right here. It's not like the King can run away. So you're forced to fight this. Oh, Eberk, he does have some skirmishers on the way, but will that be enough? Grim's KD has got to be insane. And he types F. Grim knows he's closing in on victory here in the Fortnite Royale game. And with a few more archer shots, this TC will go down. Now, oh, the King, okay, the King is now in the castle, so that's good. The skirmishers are on the way, but they only have +2, and perhaps Eberk should have thought a little bit more about this. Get your upgrades while you have the time, because now he doesn't have the space either. Still, I like the idea. I think Fortnite, or Force Nothing Fortnite, same thing. Force Nothing Royale is actually quite good. We could do this 10 times and have 10 different results. We'll probably do another one after this, so you guys might want to play. Can think about your strats now. Certainly fun, certainly different, which I think is what you guys ask for at times. Okay, the next wave of the storm has just come in, and Blue does not have space. Look, he's trying to build archery ranges, which he needs desperately. That's not gonna work. Does he have a blacksmith? He does. He needs to use the blacksmith. Probably not focused. And Grim just needs to keep it up. Keep up the spam. He's losing his castles now. Oh my goodness, he lost a lot out here. But it's looking good for him. Now his king. Oh! No! 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 Guys, his king. It's in that town center. Oh! No! I can't look away. I can't. The pulses are pretty fast. Still, I think the king will go this direction, right? So he might be okay. Because the only way his king ungarrisons now is if a pulse comes in and he no longer has the HP to be able to garrison. He's focused on the fights. He's like, do I really need to be able to take down that castle? I think he'll be fine, but there's a chance. I don't know where the king will go. Oh, this would be one of the most epic fails in Age of Empires 2 community game history. Because he's in such a good position. It's about to happen. I think he'll be okay, but it's so damn close. You see, half the TC is in that storm. Now, if it just sits there and he forgets about it... Oh! Whew. Whew. Yeah, it was... His TC was always going to end garrison around here. I was looking at the mini-map. So he will be fine for now. And blue... He, of course, has to evade that that wave. Yeah, this is not the best moment for him. Skirmishers killed one onager, though, so that's something. Cav archers would be so much better. That king's just sitting there. Blue, don't give up. Don't give up. Okay? Just hold, man. You have resources. You also don't get housed. Grim is housed. No! No, 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 no. Please. Just try, man. Don't actually resign. I genuinely think there's a small chance. He just doesn't know. You have resources, just play on. Now, it is tough, because how many times do people have no chance, and we tell them not to play on? He doesn't know. Oh, it'd be so good, because Grim thinks he has the win. Don't give up. Don't give up. Just survive for 2 more waves, and maybe... That king is right there. And also, there's no hotkey while you're playing for the king itself. Right? There's no hotkey for the king itself. So, he would have to look for it, Grim. But... I'm pretty sure he's going to call it here. Oh, he could have done it. He could have done it. So, 1, 2... He could have survived 3 more waves. And Orange would have died... in 2 more, assuming he wouldn't have realized it, and he just calls the GG. I can understand why he'd call the GG there. Okay, so we're slowly learning our lessons with this. Again, as I said earlier, this is very complicated. It's very new. So the line of thinking you would use for normal games might not apply to this type of game mode. In my opinion, with these Royale games, even if you can't fight the guy, you have to remember the storm is there. Eberk is in the chat now. He says that hurts. I had no clue. Yes, of course. He had no clue. But I don't think Grim was thinking about it. Grim obviously thought he had the win. Just chance it. I would just chance it and try and survive. Because it's not like the game will drag on for that much longer anyhow. Because the storm will finish you off, right? And also, you did have resources. I think... See, the storm would have advanced 1 more section here. So you would have lost some of your archer ranges and farmers. But dude, with those resources, Eberk, you could have still fought that out, I think. Going CA instead of skirmishers, just having the upgrades on them, the defense upgrades and all that would have been nice. I genuinely feel like with Blue's position, there was definitely a chance for him. But yet again, Royale game comes down to the wire, and we're going to do some more. We're going to do some more. And fast speed next time. Yeah, we'll do fast speed for sure. All right, there's the military stats. 564 kills for Grim. I think it would be unfair to say that Grim deserved to lose that, and he played really well. So many kills. First purple. He created these choke points.
1 year.
For the Halbs, it was perfect. It was perfect. 564 kills for him. I want to see the gold collected, because of course this was all because of selling. Kenfrot had gold. What really did him in was when Eberk hit his wood line. Interesting game. Big differences with the uptimes, both Feudal Castle and Imperial, but Grim's strategy was to just get to Onager as fast as possible. Ended up being the key.
Force nothing.
Afrofaxer, thank you, man, for that prime. Smarthy, thank you for a whole year. And Noodlebox, thank you for 3. All right. So how many people want to see that again? Because that, we just got a taste of it. That was just the appetizer though, right?